confront the evil person and they kill him right away. My sadistic mind thinks, you just suffered all that time and you're just going to kill them?
Right.
Like, can't you cut off an arm or some fingers and have them suffer through? Like a Ramsay Bolton type of thing.
You are sick. No, I know what you mean, though.
Speaking of that, I mean, how about the fact that they had the whole Ramsay Bolton dealing with Theon Greyjoy? Whoever wrote that, which was George R. R. Martin. Yeah, he wrote that in the books.
Okay.
Sick, man.
Yeah. Again, it makes sense, though. That's what was like. You could take that from a page of history. People flayed people.
Yeah.
Tortured people. And it was like, okay, this dude's just sick like that. And that's how he instills fear into his enemy. And you know what I mean? He was a tactician, too. Like, that was a good battle, the Battle of the Bastards. Like,
yes.
And that was one where I thought, I was like, wait, they're going to die. But then it was kind of like a Lord of the Rings save. So I was like, but it was cool.
I did put down as one. I made a list of memorable moments.
Yeah.
Rick and Stark running.
Oh, yeah. That's
how
another...
many people out there were yelling, zigzag?
How are you going to run in a straight line?
Yeah.
Right. But, I mean, I thought that was a great episode, too. And, again, suffering with them. You know, you're suffering along with his family and waiting for your redemption. But then the redemption kind of comes, and it wasn't as sweet as you would have wanted it, I guess.
That one, see, going back to my sadistic mind, when Sansa released the hounds on him.
Oh, yeah.
At least, you know, he had some terror for a few moments.
Yeah, that was a harsh.
Yeah, but most of the time, the enemy does not get the comeuppance.
Right.
That equals whatever they've dished out.
Right.
Joffrey. I mean, he's poisoned and he's choking.
Right.
But think of all the sadistic stuff that he's done.
Right. Well, let's talk about a little bit before we get to the season finale. I want to talk a little bit about your favorite characters. Like, what's your favorite characters in the show?
Well, the whole time I was Team Daenerys. She was great.
I mean, actually, I loved what she stood for and everything that she was about.
Mm-hmm.
I like the actress that plays her,
Emilia Clarke.
I like her out of character more than I like her in character. I've heard her in interviews, and she's amazing and like super fun and everything. But in the show, she was kind of just a little flat for me.
Really?
Like I just felt like it was like kind of like she had like two gears. Mm-hmm. She was her, I'm happy or I am Queen of Dragons. Blah, blah, blah. So I felt, I mean, the whole arc of it, it was great, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like there wasn't like. It was just like either I'm killing you or I'm benevolent.
Yeah.
You know, so like, yeah, but she was good.
Tyrion Lannister.
Yeah, he was.
You cannot not like that guy.
Right. And I love what they did with him for most of the seasons, except at the end. Like, I felt like all these characters, and we'll talk about it. But
right.
So, yep.
Cersei, the woman who played Cersei.
She's awesome.
She did such a great job that people in real life would come to her and say, "You're a bitch."
I love her in 300 as the queen, and then loving her there, and then hating her and despising her in Game of Thrones. It was so fun.
Someone said to me about Joffrey, like he's probably a shit in real life, and it's like that's how, when you know you're a good actor.
Yeah. You make people have this guttural feeling.
Yeah, it's like go watch Batman with the Christian Bale.
Yeah.
And he's in that Batman as a sweet little kid. And someone's like, you should just push him off.
Right. That's funny.
It would have saved everything.
Oh, man. Who else? Anybody else?
I was a big fan of Arya.
Arya?
Yeah, I mean, she was tough.
Mm-hmm.
So
I liked her up
her story.
to, I think, everything leads up to season 8. I think I liked all these characters up to the last season. So, okay, keep going. Anybody else?
I enjoyed the Hound.
Yeah, he was fun.
Yeah.
I really liked him. That was a good arc, too. Like, just not well resolved again.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's true. I guess after we get back from trivia, we'll cover the last season.
So you're not going to ask me which one are my favorites? So just...
No, I'm just going to keep naming my names that I happen to like. But I'm kind of running out, so go ahead.
Okay.
Which one are your favorites?
All right. My favorites are... I really like Jon Snow. Like, I think that they did a great job with him. He did a great job. He was a great actor. And
yeah, no doubt.
You know what I liked? I would have loved to have seen more of. And later on, I found out he's from Chile. It was Oberyn Martell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Sand Viper, whatever.
Right.
Viper, whatever. Red Viper, right. He was awesome. I loved his character. Like
his fight with the mountain.
Yeah, that was one of the most epic fights in the whole show, I think.
When he put his thumbs in the guy's eyes and almost
popped his head.
Yeah, which I thought was an amazing moment. And again, it was disappointing when he went up against the Hound. The Mountain went against his brother, the Hound. And he's gonna put his thumbs in the eyes, and it's like, no, dude, it worked well before. Don't repeat it because it worked well.
Right.
It's like if a movie's good and then you go make a sequel, it's like, no, you didn't need to make the sequel.
Right.
The first one's fine.
Right. A lot of times that's the formula in a sequel.
Yeah.
Is whatever worked in the first one, let's do double of it on the next one.
Right.
So I always make the joke of Iron Man. It's like, Iron Man was great. Iron Man 2, let's have 1,000,000 Iron Mans. like,
exactly.
Yeah, so, and it doesn't work that well, guys. Don't do that.
I know you guys are listening to our podcast, the writers out there.
Yeah, don't do that, guys.
We say don't.
Don't. Yeah, so
what else?
I'm not going to mention the ones you mentioned, but obviously I like like most of the guys you. I liked Ygritte. He was one of my favorites. Bronn, I really liked him.
Fun.
I liked Bronn through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And again, I like season 8. Like I wish they would have done more with him. You know.
It was nice seeing him come back.
But it was like, bleh.
Well, when he came back with the crossbow and he punches Tyrion in the face.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty decent part.
I felt like, all right, even though his intentions are not the best, but that's who he is. He's a sellsword.
He's been like that since day one, so yeah makes sense.
So it wasn't out of character. And
right.
So
they got that right, kind of.
Yeah, I think they did right with him.
Yeah. Side note, did you ever watch any of the behind the episode things that came right after the show? Like where the directors talk about it?
No.
And it's funny to me because I was like, they're talking about things that you did not get from the show.
Mm-hmm.
That shows you did a shitty job. Because if I didn't get it from the show, I shouldn't be getting it from you telling me what you were trying to portray.
Right.
So it's like, no, what you didn't see was that it was like, or you didn't understand was like, then that was your job. That was your job.
Right, you're telling me the story.
Right, your job was getting me to see that through through the storytelling that you're doing in the.
Well, you were bringing up a great point about some of the shitty writing, and I want to talk about that. But let's do a break. Come back to trivia, and we're going to talk about the last season. Valar Morghulis.
Valar Dohaeris.
Rico and I are having a great time making this podcast.
And we want to keep doing this.
So please, subscribe to our channel.
Get the word out.
And let others know about us.
And now, back to our show.
All right, welcome back.
Welcome back.
I am going to do some trivia on you.
Okay, do it.
Number 1. Peter Dinklage, also known as Tyrion Lannister, was born with achondroplasia, a form of dwarfism. He stands at 4 foot 4 inches. The following actors are not dwarfs, but are quite short. Which of these actors is the shortest? Is it A, Alfie Allen, who plays Theon Greyjoy? B, Kit Harington, Jon Snow? C, Ewan Rion, who plays Ramsay Bolton? Or D, Aidan Gillen, who plays Peter Baelish, also known as Littlefinger?
Littlefinger. I think it was Littlefinger.
And the answer is Alfie Allen. He's 5 foot 6 inches.
Oh wow, Theon?
Yeah, Theon was 5 foot 6. Kit Harington,
which, by the way, is still taller than me.
That's not true.
Yeah, I'm like 5'6" on a good day.
Is that
if I'm standing straight?
You're wearing your high heels?
No, I'm like at 6 foot at that point.
All right, so Jon Snow 5'8", Ramsay is also 5'8", and Peter Baelish was 5'9". I think just looking at Peter Baelish, I put him on there because he stands next to Sansa, who's also tall.
I went because his name is Littlefinger.
Do you know why his name is Littlefinger?
Because Finger is his last name, I think. Finger or something?
No, it's for where he's from. His family's from the Littlefingers.
Okay, yeah. Something about his name and his family. I remember something like that. Cool. Yeah. All right, so I got that wrong.
Yeah, that's right. All right, number 2. Of the following weird facts, 3 are true and 1 I made up. Of the following, which one is the fake? Is it A, Charles Dance, who played Tywin Lannister, really did skin a stag on the show. It was not a fake prop.
That is true.
Is it? Well, one of these is fake, and the rest is true.
I was like, all right, got it.
All right, so B. Butterfinger's Maisie Williams, playing Arya Stark, had to shoot the scene stabbing the Night King 22 times because she had a hard time catching the sword. C. Emilia Clarke, Daenerys Targaryen on the show, had to eat several fake horse hearts while shooting the scene. There was so much fake blood consumed, it stuck to the toilet after she used it.
That's fake. Get out of here.
Okay, D. From hero to villain, actor Ewan Rayon lost out to play Jon Snow to end up playing the hatedly villainous Ramsay Bolton.
That's true.
Okay, so we got Tywin Lannister.
The toilet one is not right. Yeah, come on. You gave me a underhand softball pitch.
It's a pitch and strike. You're out. It's actually Butterfinger's Maisie Williams. That is not true.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Daenerys really did poop out blood.
Oh, wow.
It stuck to the toilet.
Dang, I thought you were
pulling a fast one on you?
Yeah, I thought it was like, oh, he's throwing a softball at me. So, and you faked me out.
Isn't that crazy?
Because, I actually would have thought that was not true because I was looking at the behind the scenes, I guess. And she did great. They showed like several scenes where she does it just fine. But they changed it because the jump didn't look real enough. They had her do the jumping thing, because she kind of comes out of nowhere. And they tried it in different ways, and it didn't look good until they put her on the pulleys and did a whole like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know how many times it took her to do it because I just happened to pick a random number.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
But the one with the horse consuming.
Yeah, that was
okay. So this was the story that they told her it was going to taste like basically eating a gummy bear. And she's like, it definitely did not taste like that. And it tasted more like this weird jelly. Right. And they had to keep a bucket because she kept throwing it up.
Oh.
But she had to eat a whole bunch of them. And then afterwards, she just used the toilet, and it stuck to the toilet.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I heard she had a bunch of health problems, too. Didn't like
because of that? Or
no, I think
just
in
general.
In general. Yeah,
that's
probably
right.
Shouldn't be eating a lot of fake blood.
The other one that I thought was really interesting was the Charles Dance one. They came up to him and they said to him, "Are you a vegetarian?" And he goes, "No." They're like, "Good." And they brought the stag in, and they had him skin it, and that was his practice. And then he had to do it again for the show, and he said his hands smelled like blood for the next week.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's crazy. See, no.
Okay,
go for it.
And then the last one, which was the guy
I figured that
Rayon.
one was right. I don't know why I figured that. He looked so tough that I'm like, he probably skinned some.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he looks battle worn or something.
Yeah, I mean he was the villain in was the Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
But then again, he did wear fishnet stockings in one of those movies.
It's not. What is that? Get to the plane.
All right. So
chopper.
Get to the chopper. All right. Number 3. Ed Sheeran sat with a group that included Arya for a very noticeable cameo of episode 1 of season 7. Rob McElhenney, who was Mac on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, was on the screen for a mere moment in episode 1 of season 8 to only have an arrow shot in his eye.
I saw that, yeah.
Of the following below, which celebrity also had a cameo?
Okay.
Was it A, the Who singer Roger Daltrey, B, Thank You for Smoking actor Aaron Eckhart, C, Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers, or D, Charlie Chaplin's granddaughter Una Chaplin?
Aaron Eckhart.
Okay. And the answer is Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers. He was in that battle scene with the Lannisters. He's one of the Lannisters.
Oh wow, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay.
All right, so now that we've gone through that, and we're ready to talk about this last season, season 8.
Okay.
Overall, what do you think?
I think I was watching a different show from season 1. I mean, from episode 1. I remember sitting down. I think I was in California at the time. I mean, season 8.
Okay. Oh, when you're saying when season 8 came out, you were in California partying for your Coachella.
I remember we were watching it, and there was is that like the scene where they were flying the dragons together?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I looked at Lou. We were watching, and I was like, "What the heck is this?" Like, it just felt like a different show. Like, it was